This is level N, list 6, and we're doing the day 1 page, and in these words we've got AR making the OR sound and OU making the OW sound. So let's go through and highlight those. So we've got warmth, dwarf, swarm, reward, quarter, change colour, and you will notice that we use AR for the OR sound after a W or a QU, and it would also apply after a WH, like in wharf. So we know that after a W, WH or QU, we can use AR for the OR sound rather than OR. Now down the bottom we've got the OW sound, so we're going to have couch, OU, the OW sound here, pouch, allowed, flower, trousers. Now if you find another colour, we'll go through and highlight some of the extra things you can see happening in these words. So we've got warmth with the TH on the end, whereas here, be careful, we've only got an F on the end there. Swarm, nothing. Re, the prefix re is RE. Quarter, we might say quarter, but we know to write ER for that sound at the end of a word. Couch, we've got the CH. And you know to use a C before an A, O, U, L or R for the k sound. Pouch, we've got the CH. Allowed, we've only got one L there, so you might give that a schwat sound, but you know to write an A there. Flower, you've got the R on the end. Trousers, you've got the ER on the end of that, making the sound. Or you might even give it a schwat sound. Okay, so what do these words mean? Warmth means it's not hot, it's not cold, it's an in-between temperature. The warmth of something makes you feel comfortable. Dwarf is a little person, or if you've read Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it talks about the little people that help to rescue her. Swarm is a group of insects. A reward may be a prize that you get for doing something well. Quarter is 1 part of 4. The couch is a piece of furniture that you may have in your lounge room, like a lounge to sit on. A pouch is a pocket, like a kangaroo might have a little pocket for a joey, or it could also be a pouch that you carry around to hold money in. Aloud means when you make a noise that is loud enough for others to hear. Flour is when we grind wheat to make flour, and we use flour in bread. And trousers is a type of pant. It usually indicates a long pant leg. Okay, let's go through and read the words, sound the words and spell them, and then cover them and write them. We're only going to do one, you can do the rest on your own. So we've got warmth, w-or-mth, 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 W-A-R-M-T-H, W-A-R-M-T-H, W-A-R-M-T-H. Cover it and write it. This is level N, list 6, and we're doing the day 2 page, and we're revising the OR sound after a W. Is usually quite often AR, it could be OR, but in these words it's AR. So we've got warmth, dwarf, swarm, reward, quarter. It's actually after a W, a WH or a QU that we can use AR for the OR sound. So I'm going to highlight that W in all of those because that's significant, and the QU there. We don't have many words that have WH before the AR for the OR sound. The only one I can think of at the moment is wharf. Now down here we have couch with the OU, pouch, allowed, flower and trousers, making the OW sound. So here we've got the CH at the end. You know to use the C, the letter C for the k sound before an O. Pouch, we've got the CH again at the end. Allowed, that's given a long sound, A loud, so that we only have, you can see that because we only have one L after it. Flower, nothing tricky in there. Trousers, you've got the ER there, and we usually give that a schwat sound, so just remember you're using ER at the end of that for the schwat sound. So we talked about the meanings of these words yesterday, so let's just go straight into reading the words, sounding the words and spelling them and writing them. So we've got warmth, w or m, W-A-R-M-T-H. Cover it and write it, W-A-R-M-T-H. You can finish those on your own. Down here it says use the synonyms and antonyms to identify the list word. So we've got the synonym, which means the same, word that means the same as heat, but the opposite to coolness would have to, of course, be warmth. You can work out the rest of those within your group, or if you're very clever, you might be able to do them on your own. Write the list word next to its meaning. Which word up here means long pants? And you just have to write the word in next to the meaning. Down here you've got write the correct word. Is it flower or flower? Allowed or allowed? The plants will begin to something in spring. You have to work out which of those homophones fits best in there and finish off those sentences. Down here we're going back to some more synonyms. So we want you to write as many other words as you can for the words trousers, pouch, couch and swarm. Down the bottom we've got sayings. These are common sayings. A something potato. Once again choose a list word to finish that off, and so it should probably be who wears the whatever in your home. And once again you'll be picking a word from up the top. This is level N, list 6, and we're doing the day 3 page. And in this list we're looking at the AR is allowed to, may, say, or after a W, a WH or a QU. And we're also looking at OU for the OW sound, as in out. So we've got warmth, dwarf, swarm, reward and quarter. You can colour in the W, WH or QU before those words. So we've got W, 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 W and QU. There are not many words where we have WH before the AR for the OR sound. The only one I can really think of offhand is wharf. Now in the bottom list we've got the OW sound, so we've got couch, pouch, allowed. So let's have a look. We've got CH there, CH there, A loud, so that's going to be a long vowel sound because we've only got one L after it. Flower, trousers, you've got the ER on the end and we've made it a plural by adding the S. Trousers is always used in that form. Now if we go back to the top line, we've got some other things in this one that we haven't highlighted. So we've got the TH saying at the end of that. Be careful, dwarf and are quite different sounds. Make sure you're sounding them correctly. Re as a prefix is RE. So E may make a long E sound at the end of a syllable. Quarter, you've got the ER on the end. Just be aware of that because you might have shortened that to a schwat sound. You might say quarter, but we know it's ER for that schwat sound at the end of the word. Now let's read the words, sound the word and spell the words and then write them. So we've got warmth, W or WARMTH. We're going to cover the word and then write it. WARMTH. Now down here we're doing some work on plurals. Just be careful. So these words that end in F. Sometimes we change the F to a V and sometimes we don't. The easiest way to work out if you do change the F to a V before adding the S or ES is to listen. If you say the word dwarfs, you're still hearing the F in there, so we do leave the F in. We're not changing the F to a V in dwarf, but in knives, we don't say knives, we say knives. So if you hear that F change to a V, you know you're going to write the V, then an ES on the end of it. Pouch is, you know, when you hear is at the end of a word, you're always going to write ES, but if you hear S at the end of a word, you're just going to write the S. So we've got pouches, couches, rewards, 1/4, 3/4, a trouser leg, a pair of trousers. So that might help you. So there are some rules as to when to use ES or S, but really the easiest, quickest way to work out is to listen. If you hear is, write ES. If you hear S, just write the S. Now, circle then replace the incorrect verb tense with the correct verb tense in these words. So we've got Jack was dwarfing by the mammoth giant. Well, obviously the verb is dwarfing. It could be a noun or a verb. Jack was dwarfed by the mammoth giant. Sounds better. We know it's past tense, so we've got to put dwarf with the ED on the end. So you're going to write that word in its correct tense on that line at the end. You can work through the rest of those on your own. Fill in the gaps with the missing adjective. The something of the fire made us sleepy. You're going to have to work out what the missing word is, and just check when you write them, when you put them in, that you have the correct form of the word used. It's got to be an adjective, so you may need to add something, add a suffix to the end of the base word to make that those words into adjectives, if they're not already. Now here, fill in the space with the correct letters. So far we've taught you O-R, A-R, O-R-E, A-L, A-W, A-U, O-O-R and O-U-R for the OR sound. So they're all or phonograms. There are 8 of them there. There's about 11 that you have to learn, so we've still got 3 that we haven't covered in these particular words. So you can go through, if you're getting a bit stuck, work together as a group to work out which would be the OR sound in each of those words, and then check with each other at the end to make sure that you've got them all right. This is level N, list 6, and we're doing the day 4 page, and it's about prepositions and prepositional phrases. So what is a preposition? They link a noun or a pronoun to another word in the rest of the sentence. They often represent a position, and you can see hidden inside the word prepositions is the word position. So that might help you in the future. So it could be where a mouse can go. So it could be words such as above, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, by, in front of, inside, near, next to, on, over, under, underneath. Now, what's a prepositional phrase? It's a group of words that starts with a preposition and ends with a noun, pronoun, or a clause. So this is an example. We've got from my grandmother, under the warm blanket, and in the weedy overgrown garden. So down here you can circle or highlight the preposition in each sentence and replace it with a different one. So Alex walked next to his mother. So let's highlight the preposition and have a think about a good one to replace that. You could have Alex walked beside his mother, behind his mother, in front of his mother. Any one of those would do. I'm going to put behind. Okay. Now down the bottom it says, finish the sentence with a prepositional phrase. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs lived. So we're going to start the phrase with the preposition. So let's put in a little cottage. You can put anything you like. That's just what I've decided to put. And full stop at the end if you go over it like I did. Okay, you can finish that on your own.